Hello everyone, I hope you've all had a really great half term. I just wanted to make a little video to show you some of the changes that we've made at school during the holidays, now that we are going to be beginning to invite you back to school. So this might help with some of your worries and fears about how we're going to keep everyone safe as we come back to school. The first thing is, when your teachers get in touch and say it's your class's turn to come back to school, you're going to be split into what we call bubbles, and that means you'll be in a group of no more than 10 children from your class, and that bubble will work together all through the day. You'll have break times and lunch times together, and there are some changes that we're going to make, and that's why I've come to the gate. Those changes will start right from the moment that you come to school, because we're going to have staggered start and end times for those bubbles. So you will have a time where you need to come to school. When it's your turn to come and join your bubble, you'll need to line up on Broad Oak Lane. And to help you socially distance, we've put some markers on the fence. As we walk along, every 2 metres we've added some hazard tape, so you would be able to line up next to one of these, and a member of the senior leadership team will be available, and they will tell you when it is your turn to move forward and come onto our school site. So let me show you. As you can see, we've used benches to section off a walkway which will keep everybody safe and secure as they come onto site. Now I'm afraid, parents, we will be asking you to leave your children here at the gate. Now as you come onto the playground, you'll notice that we've put some new markers down, and those are there again to help you to be safe. Across the playground in several places we have spray painted at 2 metre intervals some markers in the shape of love hearts. Let's go and have a look. Each child will come and line up on one of these love heart markers, and those will be used in the morning as your bubble comes into school, and at the end of your break times and lunch times, to make sure that you keep safe and keep 2 metres apart. Now we've made some changes inside the building too, and again, these are just here to help us all remember the rules and to stay safe. So let me show you. You can see that on the floor we've put 2 metre markers so that when we're moving around school we're all able to keep a safe distance, and at regular intervals on the walls we've got signs that remind us how important it is. It might look a bit strange as well, because you'll notice that we've cleared much of the furniture out of our shared areas, and again that's just as an effort to keep all of us as safe as possible. Now each bubble is going to be assigned toilets that they can use during their time in school, and let me reassure you that those toilet areas are going to be cleaned regularly by our cleaning team through the day. So let's have a look. In the toilet areas, the children will have access to hand soap, and that's going to be checked 3 times a day to ensure that it's full and as topped up as necessary. Similarly with the paper hand towels, and we won't be using any hand dryers because obviously that can circulate germs. We'll be using paper towels that will be put into lidded bins. And in each of the areas we have the reminders to children about hand washing, and hand washing is absolutely crucial, so we will be building this into our rota through the day so that the children will be regularly having time to come and wash their hands. As you can see, the 2 metre zoning continues all the way through our corridors, and for our year 6 children, who of course are going to be the first group to return to school, we've zoned the stairs just to help us to remember that we always go up on the left hand side. However, we will be timetabling the day so that none of the bubbles will be crossing on the stairs. So here we are in one of our classrooms, and this is in fact one of our year 6 classrooms, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about the changes that we've made here and why. So again, let me turn the camera around so you can see. So all of our classroom and corridor doors will be wedged open, and that's really so that it limits the opportunities for children to need to touch handles and so on. And if I now spin around, you'll see we've actually taken an awful lot of furniture and equipment out of our classroom spaces. And that's because we've measured the floor space and we've created a classroom design which ensures that we can admit up to 10 pupils per bubble, but make sure that they're sufficiently spaced out in the classroom and perfectly safe. So you'll see at the table there are 2 chairs. That's because one chair is where the pupil will sit. The other chair is where they'll put their coats and bags and personal belongings, because we don't really want them to be using their lockers at this time. It also provides a space on the table where we'll be able to put all the resources that they need to use during the day. Equally, in each classroom, there will be some cleaning products that the children will be able to use and the teachers will be able to use during the day if they need to. And if we look in here, we've got packs of tissues, hand sanitizer and wipes for wiping down the table areas if we need to. We do realise that actually the best place for the children to be is outside. So we will be trying to ensure that as much of our learning is taking place in the outdoor environment. And we've taken great pains to timetable time for the children to go into the woods, to go onto the field, to be out in the playground. And we've had to do this so that none of the bubbles actually are out in the same space at the same time. So the children will have staggered playtimes and lunch times. They will actually eat their lunches in the classroom and then go out to play, and they will be with their key adults in their bubble for the whole day. And that's part of the reason that we're having staggered entry and exit times, just to keep everybody safe and make sure that we can limit the opportunities for the different bubbles to come into contact with each other. As you can see, the 2 metre zoning continues through to our main entrance to school. You'll also note that we've removed the soft furnishings in line with safety guidance. Now, as we do return to school, we do ask that parents kindly either telephone or email the office if there are any issues, rather than come into this window as you normally would. And I hope you can appreciate it's really important that we reduce and limit the number of people coming onto site where possible. And it's for that reason that we're asking you to leave the pupils in our care at the gate. And we will always make sure that there are lots of staff to escort them to the right place. But if you do need to get in contact with us, of course you can telephone on 0161 445 6577. You can email admin@broadoak.manchester.sch.uk, and they will be able to pass your emails on to the relevant person, and we'll get back to you to help just as soon as we can. Right everyone, so that's how school is going to look as we all return. I hope that that's made you feel a little more confident about returning to school. The last thing we want to do is for anyone to be feeling anxious, because all the things we've put in place are simply there to help to make sure that children, parents and the staff at school are all safe in the coming weeks and months. So I think the last thing to say is enjoy the rest of the sunshine, and we'll be in touch soon when it's your turn to return to school if you think it's the right thing to do. Okay, stay safe everybody. Thank you.